Hey everybody, Paul back here again from Ballistic Blood Bullets, and it's been a little while, but it's back to good old-fashioned 80s action, and none better than the Expendables for real throwback action 80s goodness. Now today I want to do something a little bit different, and I've wanted to do this video for a little while and haven't got around to doing it, but now is the time, very much, with the Expendables 3 on the horizon, and even talk of Expendables 4. And what I want to do is have a look at my collection of steelbooks for Expendables 2. But before we dive into that, I thought I would start with the Expendables and the two boxed set collector's editions of the original very limited ultimate collector's editions from Holland, and I think that these are limited to just 1,500 limited collector's editions. Very, very cool, very, very pleased to have that. But as I say, what today's video is all about is the Expendables 2, and looking at the three different versions from around the world of Expendables 2 on Steelbook, and starting off right here with the UK edition of the Steelbook, and very cool artwork there with the guns and knives and the skull in the middle, and it's almost like a mohawk effect that sets off the two for the Expendables 2. Very nice, and I'm sure a lot of you have got this particular edition. Very simplistic spine, but again, that's what we quite like. Nice, clear, readable and crisp. And on the reverse, again, a more expanded vision of the skull with the weaponry coming out from the left and the right. Very, very, very cool stuff indeed, liking that a lot. So that's the first edition, and just quickly look inside. Nothing special, unfortunately. There was no interior backing artwork. What we get is two discs, Blu-ray and DVD I believe, of the film itself. So that is the Expendables 2 Steelbook from the UK. Now just turning to the next in my collection, and that is the even cooler release, I think, from Germany. Like this a lot. This one is got a nice effect. We got the nice surround edging there of the embossed steelbook look, and that is very, very cool. Like this one a lot. I thought that the artwork for this particular release was just that little bit better than the UK version. This has got a very dynamic look to it, and the 2 is very bold, and we can clearly see that this is a nice version of Expendables 2. And again, just to have a look at the spine, of course turning it that way they've got it upside down, but never mind. And on the back we just get standard pictures and writing, which isn't the best way to go, but it's neat enough. But I feel that when they do it this way, it's no better than really having just the J card with the information sheet stuck on to the back of the steelbook. So not the best, but it is what it is. But again, let's just have a look inside of the steelbook edition from Germany, and we do get some interior backing artwork there, and of course the 18 certificate FSK label from the German certification. So there we are, the internal backing artwork for the German steelbook of the Expendables 2, and there is of course the Expendables crew in all of their glorious kick-ass badness. Good stuff. Okay, so that's looked at the first two editions, and now for what is definitely my favourites of the collection, and that is, again, of course, the Expendables 2, but this is the very, very cool edition from Canada. It is a Future Shop exclusive, and this is my favourite of the three. Certainly as far as the front artwork is concerned, my favourite goes to Germany, but we're just going to get to the reasons for my preference of liking this edition in a second. But I just want to do a quick shout out again and a big thank you once again to my good friend Philip from Canada, Horror Macabre Crazy. He very, very kindly sent this one to me. I think it was one of the chosen items from winning his brilliant contest just over a year ago. So thank you once again, Philip. I really do treasure this. Now, although front artwork is good, the again reverse fairly plain Jane. Just get a just matte effect finish there with the lead stars' names on the reverse. But what is very, very cool indeed, and the reason that I absolutely do love this edition of the Canadian Future Shop Steelbook is right here. That is the money shot for me, right in the centre with the artwork. Of course, what we get is Sylvester Stallone with the rest of the Expendables crew sat around the table, very much done in the Last Supper style, and depicting, of course, a very meaningful vision and purpose behind that. But that is just something quite spectacular. I really do like that. Whoever came up with that idea was very, very clever indeed, and I do love that, and that is a big reason for placing this as my favourite Steelbook edition of the Expendables 2. Wonderful, wonderful stuff indeed. Absolutely love it. Now, of course, as we all know, the Expendables original movie from 2010, and the sequel is a movie that, of course, came out a couple of years ago now, 2012, for Expendables 2. And of course everybody knows full well the cast members, but just quickly go through and just follow through on what is proving to be a very cool series, particularly for fans like myself of the old action 80s styles movies. We've got Sylvester Stallone, of course, heading up the show as Barney Rubble Ross, Jason Statham as Fred Flintstone, but of course, sorry, he's Lee Christmas. But together they always do have an action-packed yabba dabba do time. And of course, in the star-lined package of the first two movies, we also have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, and in this sequel we got to see Chuck Norris coming back on the scene, and he does quite well, but it's clear to see that he is somebody who's now getting quite long in the tooth. Big fan of Chuck's work, but he definitely was, I think in the cameo that he gave in this one, that was enough screen time for good old Chuck. But the likes of Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, still lots of life, and definitely the warranty on the goodness that is Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger is very much there, which is good to see. And what was an absolute pleasure as well was seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme high kick his way back into the big time as the bad guy on this one. So very, very cool indeed, and I must admit that I am a big fan of the Expendables movie franchise, and I'm very pleased to have these three. Okay, it is overkill. Who has three steelbooks? Who has three editions of the same movie? Okay, I do. But anybody who collects knows what this can be an addictive hobby, and when it comes to having 3 titles like this, it's just too good to resist, and it's a big fun movie, and I am definitely looking forward to the Expendables 3, which brings back, of course, Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, and joined this time out incredibly by Harrison Ford, heading up the Star Wars list of old school action leads. We've got Blade himself, old Wesley Prison Stripes. Mel Gibson's in this one, Mad Max, Antonio Banderas, and there will be big cheers for Kelsey Grammer and his appearance. And how cool for another great 80s, 90s action star, Robert Darby, is to get to join the franchise as well. So looking forward to that. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Steelbooks and your thoughts on the Expendables series as well. Do you like it? Do you love it? Are you indifferent about it? Who are your favourite stars in it? Who would you like to see in what is already being planned and thought for Expendables 4, believe it or not? We haven't even got Expendables 3 released yet, but Expendables 4 is on the horizon. Who would you like to see in that? Still some stars out there. People like... oh, there's so many. And of course now I can't think. Isn't it always the way? Steven Seagal, of course, is one of those big names that's being talked about. And how about somebody like Michael Dudikoff? Remember him from those Cannon films from the late 80s into the 90s? He'd be quite a catch as well. So we like Michael Biehn as well from the Terminator movie. Fantastic. Let me know what your thoughts are. But thanks for watching. Really appreciate it as always. Take care, everybody. See you all soon. Bye for now.